Okay, so I'm gonna work out problem number 6 on your homework, page 131. Just like I mentioned in the other videos, when you talk about scaling, you guys definitely can approach this several different ways. As you've seen, there pretty much the consensus is draw the picture. You draw a picture of what you're talking about, and it makes a lot more sense. And also, I kind of introduced to you guys the idea of the scaling tables, and those definitely help out as well. So in this case, you're looking at problem number 6, which reads, Mary has a small copy of Rene Magritte's famous painting. Okay, so they're talking about a painting, and it's titled The Schoolmaster. Her copy has the dimensions of 2 inches by 1.5 inches. The scale of the copy is 1 inch for every 40 centimeters. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to draw is the figure 2 by 1.5. So it looks like I'm talking about a rectangle. So I'm going to draw a figure that looks something like this. 2 by 1.5. And I also want to make sure I add in the units so that, especially since I'm talking about centimeters here and then inches over here, I want to make sure that my figures have everything identified. Now, the scale of the copy is a lot bigger than the dimensions that it gives me here. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to draw a bigger rectangle. Okay, that looks like that. And what this is saying is that for every 1 inch, I'm going to consider it to be 40 centimeters. And just the way I did it in the other examples, I'm going to make myself a table, which personally it's probably the best approach to understanding these types of problems. Okay, so you can make yourself a table that looks like this. If you guys see these pictures clear, it makes a lot more sense, guys. So again, just the way I did it in the other tables is I broke down my scale reference, and in this case it's 1 inch for every 40 centimeters. Okay, so here I'm talking about inches, here I'm talking about centimeters. So for every 1 inch, how many centimeters? 40, right? So here's, for 1 inch, I'm going to have 40 centimeters. How about for 2 inches? How many centimeters would I have?
80.
80. How about for 3?
120. 112.
120. Because I'm adding 40 to everyone, right? So then for 4 inches, 160.
200.
For 5 inches, 200. And so on and so forth. Okay. So here's my inches, here's my centimeters. So for every 2 inches, I'm going to have how many centimeters?
40.
80. Look at my table. Okay, so here I have 80 centimeters. And for every 1.5 of an inch, I'm going to have, obviously it needs to land in the middle here, right?
Yeah.
Because, if I would have done my table a little bit more detailed, my answer would have ended up here. So what's in the middle between 40 and 80?
1.5. No. Oh, no.
What's in the middle between 1 and 2? Destiny? 1.5, right? So if 1.5 kind of lands up here, what's in the middle of 40 and 80? 60. So then 60 would go right there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And let's kind of reference back to the question. Now it says, find the dimensions of the original painting. What's the dimensions? What by what? 80 by 60. So 80 centimeters by 60 centimeters. And then now it says, find the area of the original painting. So how do we find area? Area equals length times width. So area equals 80 by 60. Area equals. So your answer is going to be here. And obviously it's going to be in centimeters squared. Okay? And whenever you get this multiplication product, your answer would go here. Okay? So this is another way to approach these types of problems. Personally, I like to use the picture as well as the table. And hopefully that this explanation helped. If you didn't, just go ahead and email me or ask me in class, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Okay? Thank you.